Welcome back everyone, Stephen at Corals Daily here. So today I'm going to show you my feeding routine for all of my tanks today. And starting from the right, this is a lineup of all the food I put in my tanks. Not all of them, some of them goes into specific tanks, but I do grow my own phytoplankton, and sometimes I'll dose them into the tanks that has clams in there. And I mix up my frozen food. Usually consists of the spirulina enriched brine shrimp, mysis shrimp. I go with the PE mysis shrimp because they have the big jumbo shrimp. And I also would go to Asian grocery stores and buy like frozen seafood, chop them up and mix them in. Clams, scallops, you name it, squid, they love it. And then I also have thought a small bottle of like cyclopeas, just like Antarctic, what do they call it? Like an Antarctic. I think it's a kind of cyclopeas, but planktons, yeah, plankton, and then also fish roll, so like tiny fish rolls, and I dose them, and all the damsels, the anthias, and the chromises love them. And then there's mass sticks. So inside this can, this is the mass stick 80. I think there are 80 of them. So these ones are the chunky ones. So you knead it a little bit and you put it on the glass. I feed this to my baby Regal Angels and my smaller tanks that when I introduce them to the system, as they're a little bit harder to feed at that time. And then what I do is for the rest of all this dry food, I actually use a used can of this is previously used up already, so it's not really spectrum in there anymore, but I mix up all of this different sizes of the TDO Chroma Boost, my DKI, my New Life Spectrum Algae Max, a couple of different sizes of this ultra fresh. They're a little hard to find in the US, but I find them to be very popular in Asia, especially Taiwan. And then cool mysis, so I mix all this together and I dose it into a tank. And lastly, for the tanks with any vegetarian, so like angelfish and tanks, I put a couple sheets of nori. Just make sure they are not greased up. Some of them have oil and there's no salt. Roasted is fine. They can eat those, and they're really cheap. You can just find them on Amazon or Asian grocery stores. You don't really need to go to like a reef store or aquarium store to buy nori sheets. They're like really price gouging there. So I do feed my tank heavily, and some of you ask like, oh, why aren't your angelfish touching your corals, or your this fish is doing that? Well, because they are so well fed, like I don't think they have any stomach room for anything other than the food I feed. So in the morning, I start off by giving the plankton and the roll to all these little fish as an appetizer as the light is turning on. And then I give them a dose of protein, which is all the mysis shrimp and the spirulina enriched brine shrimp. And then I would put the mass sticks in the tanks that they need to go to. And then throughout the day, I put all this mixed flakes and pellets across all of these tanks 3 or 4 times every day. And then I give half sheets of algae or nori to these guys in this tank. I got a clown tang, I got a goat spot or a goat lined rabbit fish, and I got a starry blenny, and I got a scopus tang in there that will double it up. I put some mastic in here for this guys, the convict tang and the goat flake angel. I put mastic in there for this guys. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I also put frozen bloodworms in for the copper band butterfly fish. So if you guys ever have problems getting your copper band butterfly to eat, use bloodworm. Don't try, just use it. I guarantee they will eat it. And then throughout the day or end of the day, then I will dose some phytoplankton or the Red Sea AB coral food for some of these corals and the tank that I have plants. So that's it for my feeding routine. If you have any other good suggestions on what kind of food that you have success with in very specific fish, please feel free to let me know. And so far I find this is a good recipe for success for all my fish are fat, well behaved, and they're growing very fast. So that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Talk to you later.